movie starts with a group of US Navy SEALs appearing and killing some rebels. They are searching for someone, as they move through the destroyed building and the roads of Aleppo. Agent Ritter shows up after they empty the building and tells them to free a person that the Syrian government troops have captured, who works for the CIA. After getting some basic details from the agent, the team leader John Kelly moves his team to a different area of the town. They attacked a building they suspected, and freed the captives. After completing their task, John Kelly checks the pockets of a Syrian soldier who has passed away. Through the information on the soldier's phone, John finds out that he used to be a soldier in the Russian army. Agent Ritter asks to stop dealing with this issue and move quickly. A group from Russia fired a rocket-propelled grenade at the people when they were going away. Kelly and his group launch an attack in response to the enemy's offensive move. They soon realize that the place was actually a storage facility for Russian weapons, not a safe place for Syrian troops. During the difficult fight, they and the freed hostage run to the highest floor of the building, where a helicopter is waiting for them. On the helicopter, Kelly holds Ritter responsible for the deaths of his soldiers caused by the Russians. They will soon explode the building and run away. Afterwards, one of Kelly's teammates, who had recently left the military and is now staying with his family, gets hit by a van outside his house. Later on, another team member who had retired is killed on the road by people who are not known. These were some of the soldiers who helped free the CIA hostage in Aleppo 3 years ago. Kelly and his wife are getting ready for bed. Instead of sleeping in the same room, Kelly goes to the sofa to eat snacks and listen to music. His laptop ends up turning off. He notices that the electricity in his house is not working anymore. He can hear someone coming towards him and opening a door, so he takes out his gun and goes after the person making the sound. He finds out that some people have entered his house without permission. They kill his wife who is going to have a baby, and in revenge Kelly kills each of them individually. He is prepared to kill the final person, but someone shoots him and injures him. When the person attacking the house runs out of bullets, they quickly leave. Kelly goes into his bedroom to see his wife, but she has passed away. He is being taken to the hospital. After some time, he finally becomes conscious. His captain from the Navy SEALs, Karen Greer, comes to see him and tells him that his wife and 2 of his old Navy SEAL friends have been killed. She also tells him about the steps being taken to keep the other members of the SEAL team safe. He tells her that the people who attacked his home were not regular people or burglars, but instead highly skilled individuals. They went there intentionally. He asks her to help him by giving him the names of the people who attacked him, but she says she doesn't know anything. She tells him to relax and take a break because the situation is currently being looked into. Kelly is now healthy again and joins a special group of soldiers in the US Army called Special Forces. At the same time, the person in charge of defending the country arranges a meeting with 2 agents named Ritter and Greer. During the talk, Agent Ritter tells them that the people who attacked are from Russia. He says that they are soldiers from Russia and they belong to a security force called the Russian Federation's FSB. He informs the secretary that Kelly and his team had assaulted the FSB in Aleppo a few years ago to free the CIA hostage. The Russians are responding to the strike. He also tells them that the organization called the CIA chose not to do anything as a reaction to these events. He thinks that they won't have issues with the attackers or Russia and will keep looking into the situation. Karen comes back to Kelly after a while and tells him that the Russians are the ones who killed his wife and friends. She also tells him that the CIA will stop investigating. She kindly gives him the files of the people who help with passport procedures in the United States. Andre helped them come into the United States. The main character quickly starts working to get revenge for the death of his wife and old friends, now that he has all the important information. Next, Kelly goes to Andre's office while pretending to be drunk. Andre was stopped by security, and they told him to leave. Finally, the main character goes back to his truck and chooses to follow them with his car. He follows Andre's car on the road and crashes into him when they reach the turn. He parks his car in a way that prevents Andre from leaving his car. He lights his car on fire and gets inside. He scares Andre by shooting him in the leg, so that Andre will tell him the name of the 4th Russian person in their group. Andre finally shares that the name is Viktor Rykov, after facing some difficulties. The main character of the story gets out of the car and is caught by the police. Karen goes to see Kelly in jail. She tells him that he is in big trouble for killing Andre. Everyone in the office is mad at him because now Russia is going to do something about it. But he says he will murder everyone involved in his wife's death. He also tells her that he knows something they don't know, and if they want to learn that information, they need to help him get out of jail. When Kelly goes back to his small room, he sees something happening outside. A police officer asks him to stand up and turn towards the wall, so they can take him out of the prison for more questioning. However, he says no and refuses to do it. Then 3 police officers attempt to forcefully move him from that place. He defends himself, and says he will harm one of the officers. The main character tells them to go out of the prison. In a little while, a police officer from the United States comes to the prison and asks Kelly to come with them. He gives Kelly a phone to use for talking. He answers the phone and starts talking. Karen talks to him and asks if he wants to go with the marshal. The main character visits a secret military base and joins them for a private meeting. He is being asked to share the secret information he knows, so he tells them the name Viktor Rykov. He is being asked to pick out the pictures that look like Viktor. However, Agent Ritter tells them that he is no longer alive. However, Kelly is able to identify him in the pictures. Later, Ritter tells them that Viktor is a Russian spy. Viktor is doing lots of things in the United States. He tells them that the CIA had been trying to catch him for a long time, but they couldn't catch him. The secretary tells them that Viktor is now in hiding in Russia. Kelly wants to go with the team to capture someone, and the secretary says yes. After that, Lieutenant Commander Karen, Kelly, and his team get ready to go on a passenger plane going to Russia. Agent Ritter arrives and tells them that he will see them in Moscow. Kelly is not sure if she can trust him, so he decides to be extra careful around Ritter. Later on, Karen and Kelly get on a plane headed to Russia. When they get close to the territory of Russia, the Russian Air Force suddenly stops their plane. The Russians ask to quickly arrive at the Murmansk airport. When the pilot says no, the Russians hit the wing of their plane. The airplane crashes into the Barents Sea and comes down on Russian land. Kelly and the rest of the team are trying to get away from the water. They live in a protected place in Russia and manage to survive by living on a boat. After a while, they go to Murmansk to another place that is safe, where Ritter is planning something with 2 Russians and there is money on the table. Kelly says that Ritter did something very deceitful and made him tell why he really did it. Ritter says he arrived after the plane attack when everyone thought they were dead. He is here to complete the mission of capturing Viktor. He also tells him that he employed those 2 Russians to lead them to Viktor. Kelly is going to shoot someone while they are struggling to breathe. Karen comes and pleads with him not to get angry. The main character is able to control his feelings, and in the end, he decides not to harm Ritter. Agent Ritter takes them to Viktor's apartment. Kelly arrives to find that Viktor's bodyguards are already dead. He sees Viktor, who is wearing a jacket to hurt himself, waiting for them. Viktor says hello to Kelly and tells her that he found out that the main character and his group are coming to Russia to murder him. Viktor tells him that he didn't plan to kill Kelly and his pregnant wife. Kelly continues to listen, and Viktor believes that he and Kelly are in a similar situation. He believes that someone brought them both here with the intention of causing harm to themselves. Kelly asked him to listen to her, but he chose to push a button that caused himself to explode. A person who can shoot very accurately shoots Dallas, who is a member of Kelly's group, after the explosion. They are finding it hard to find the shooter. After a while, they find a way to solve the problem and murder him. But, at the same time, another person with a gun starts shooting at them. Karen and Kelly find the bad guys and kill them during a fight. At the same time, Russian police and military have surrounded the residential complex. Kelly tells his soldiers to go quickly to the back of the building, while he turns around to confront the police officers on the roof. He sets off a bomb, which kills a lot of police officers, while his friends manage to escape from the apartment building in a van. Kelly distracts enemies so that others can get away. He also fights the soldiers who are trying to catch him on the stairs of the apartment building. The main character manages to escape from the situation by dressing up as a soldier in the Russian army. He covers his face with a mask that protects him from tear gas. After that, he gets to the specified location using a vehicle from Russia. Karen says hello to him and takes him to a boat. He quickly leaves Russia with his team members, Karen and Ritter. Kelly talks to Agent Ritter on the boat and asks about Viktor and his job at the CIA. Ritter explains his job history to him. In simpler words, he tells him to take a bag of money on the boat and disappear somewhere in the world. He said he will tell others that he is dead. The activity happening at the CIA office. Kelly says thank you to him and says sorry for thinking he was a traitor before. After a while Secretary Clay was in the restroom of a restaurant, the main character shows up. He talks to him about the real reasons why he sent him to Russia and mentions the times when Viktor talked about using him as a tool. The main character takes him by force in his vehicle when he is unable to respond. Kelly says that he will harm his family if he doesn't tell the truth. Secretary Clay finally tells him the reason why he gave him this job. He suggests that we should reduce US-Russian connections to improve the economy. After these events, they have many reasons to threaten the people of both countries with war. He also says that this unites the American people against their common enemy, Russia. He tells him that he and his coworkers were only used to attract attention. So, they decided to bring everyone to one spot so they could all harm each other. This is how the governments of both countries would not be thought of doing anything wrong. The main character drives the car into the river while he is talking and both he and Secretary Clay drown. Karen then takes Kelly out of the river. Kelly gives the CIA a device with conversations where Clay and Karen admit to something. Karen takes him to an airport and gives him a new passport. She pleads with him to begin again with a different name and to remember her. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, Please turn on the notifications and click the like button to support the channel. See you in the next video.